Seriously, has this ever happened to you? Have you started out with something in mind on a fly fishing trip? You start doing it, and then something completely unexpected happens. I mean, something that you didn't plan for, or you never thought that could actually happen. Well, I had one of those things happen to me on a fly fishing trip last year I made up in the Cascade Mountains. I started out, I brought my 3-weight, and I was really targeting these small little cutthroat, right? Because that's all I thought I was gonna find in these small Cascade creeks. I am up in Mount Rainier National Park fishing some of the river and creeks over here, and I am looking forward to getting into some trout. Probably brook trout. I am way up in elevation, probably around 4,000 to 5,000 feet, and this is just this beautiful creek in this amazing setting, and hopefully I'm going to get into a fish today. So I had my 5-weight with me. I had that in this side holster, but I was fishing mostly with my 3-weight. 3-weight had the dry, the 5-weight had a great big Sculptzilla. I would run through the hole after running the dry just to see if maybe I can catch one on top and on the bottom.
Go fish on. Beautiful west slip.
And I was doing pretty well. This is a high elevation creek as well. I would call it a small stream. And I was catching some really pretty cutthroat trout. Now, fires are a thing, a normal thing here in the Pacific Northwest. And we had just had a really bad fire season, and a lot of the campgrounds had been closed for weeks. So when things started to open back up, I took advantage of that and headed to a particular stream that's generally really pressured and is rumored to have really no fish at all. So I thought, you know what, if there's gonna be a time to where this thing has fish in it, it would be now, because the campgrounds have been empty for over a month at this point. And I caught some really nice fish, as you'll see in this clip right here. Now I started walking upstream and fishing all the slots and, you know, any of the pocket water and some of the deeper holes. And I got into another surprise, which was a brook trout, a really pretty, beautiful brook trout. And if I remember correctly, I caught that on the dry fly. So the day was wrapping up, right? I was getting tired. I'd hiked probably a mile up the river, and it was getting later in the day. And at this point I had just the streamer. I was using the Sculptzilla with my 5-weight and just kind of casting it in some of the holes and some of the slots. And I decided, you know, I'm gonna try an upstream cast. So I cast upstream, expecting maybe I'll grab another brook trout, maybe I'll grab another 10 to 12 inch cutthroat trout. And what happened next completely and literally shocked me.
Oh my God, fish on. Just this massive fish in this tiny river. Oh my God, I think it might be a bull trout. Oh crap. Goes down the waterfall. Dude. Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at this beautiful fish. Oh my God. That has got to be a bull trout. I'm fishing for these tiny little rainbows on this teeny stream. Holy crap.
So who knew that I would get into one of the rarest and frankly endangered species of trout in Washington State? To catch that great big buck bull trout was a thrill, because I'd never landed a bull trout ever before in my life.
I am just literally shaking. That is unbelievable. That is just a bull trout of a lifetime. What a beautiful fish in this small Cascade River. Are you kidding me? I'm literally shaking. I cannot believe it. Wow. Oh, hopefully I got a good release, because that thing was gorgeous. Fish on.
And to catch one completely unexpected was such a thrill. And I have to say, it is one of my best underwater releases I've ever gotten. And I was so hyped up and so excited, as you probably saw in the video. I thought there was no way I was gonna be able to get really any good footage, because I literally was shaking from just how much adrenaline was pumping through me, because I couldn't believe that I caught this fish. It was well over 20 inches. I would guesstimate probably 21 or 22 inches. Just a beast. And he was a warrior. He had scars all over his head. You could just tell he had been around the block a few times. And the thrill of catching something that unexpected was just amazing. Has that ever happened to you? I'd love to hear about your story down in the comments. So thanks again for joining me on another video, and until the next time, fish on.